Добрый. Today we're going to be playing Russian Federation. I can't hear that I say now. We're going to be playing as the Russian Federation. We're going to be trying to resurrect the USSR through implementation of policies and such. So, let's pick our name. The Communist Alliance seems appropriate. And the opposition, yes, the natural enemy of the communists, the Property Rights Party. So for those who don't know, this is how you play Democracy 4. This is like a political simulator. It's kind of complex. For example, if I hover over this, general media censorship, you can see what it impacts. This is our interest groups over here on the right. So everyone, for example, is impacted by human development, press freedom, and that sort of stuff. We have our political capital here, currently 21, which is used to implement changes. We have our national debt, the current deficit, our expenditure, and our income. So right now we're running a deficit of 3 billion rubles, which will in turn increase our debt. Debt isn't necessarily a bad thing. Time for a quick sponsor. I'll use the money to buy a second, smaller cat so that my cat has its own cat. Valentine's has just passed us by, and let's be realistic here. You were alone. Just like me. Fortunately, today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends, has us both covered. They've just released a special Valentine's Day themed adventure that runs until the 14th of March and comes with the chance to win real prizes, such as in-game champions or Amazon gift cards up to $1,000. Why spend time lamenting loneliness when you could be exploring around 700 different champions who physically can't leave you? If you use code SintValentine23, you get a nice little gift. But for the uninitiated, what is Raid Shadow Legends? It's a mobile RPG that's played by over 80 million players around the globe, so there's clearly something to it. It's free to play and can be enjoyed either casually or competitively. You can choose how you take on the challenge with both PvP and PvE available. There's something for everyone here. With endless content coming in the form of new updates and champions every single month, you'll always have something new to explore. I'm sure you're interested as to who my favorite champion is. And bang, there he is. If you disagree with me, you're wrong and should feel bad, because just look at him. Let me pause for a moment so I can tell you all about my new favorite faction and raid, the Sylvan Watchers. Rather than building a sprawling building on the ground or in a cave, the Sylvan Watchers made their home in the Mistwood, a huge jungle in the east of Teleria. Not exactly a friendly region. If the beasts don't kill you, the Sylvan themselves probably will for trespassing on their land. They do have a city open to outsiders called Aeryka, and they've made fast friends with the neighboring Shadowkin and Dwarf factions through shared struggles. That's why these three factions are all in the Nyresian Union Alliance in-game, as their bond of friendship was forged in the city of Nyresian. The more you know. There's a load of character variety in this faction, with each champion being in tune with nature in a cool and unique way. Some have plants or mushrooms growing off them, while some are even literal trees. Here are some of my favorites. New players, make sure to use my link or scan the QR code right now on screen and get a free starter pack with this cool in-game loot. Thanks again to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. The red stuff are, well, there are issues in the country. So, for example, we've got a massive issue with alcohol abuse, antisocial behavior. We also have prison overcrowding. The green stuff is generally good things. So we're a global superpower. So that's good. That has benefits in terms of patriots, foreign relations, and international threat assessments. Unfortunately, we're also suffering from things like an uncompetitive economy. So we can see what flows into it. We can see what impacts it has. So it makes our GDP bad, which has taken a hit. Currently, the Middle East is unstable. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to be trying to follow communist doctrine as best I can. I want to point out I'm not and have never really studied anything to do. I've done international relations, but I've never studied politics. So I'm just going to guess. So if I get something wrong, feel free to leave an angry comment. I guarantee you'll definitely read it. Okay, so we currently have a lot of capitalists in this country. This is going to make life hideous. Okay, the capitalists hate me, which is fine. But that's a lot of capitalists. Okay, and everyone's a conservative as well. We're gonna get assassinated. That is something that happens. Fortunately, we have no one wealthy in this country. Okay, we've got to get the socialists up. How can we increase the amount of socialists in our country? Okay, if we have it pro-union, then surely we increase the amount of socialists, the membership side of things. What contributes to them? Labor laws, private healthcare, and private housing. Well, that deficit is a bit of an issue, isn't it? How long do we have? Oh god, 24 tons. That is not long at all. Okay, I need to break the capitalists. Yeah, labor laws. Okay, let's start doing that. We need to spend 16, we're gonna need 16 political capital for that. I didn't even check the other detrimental effects. We literally have 5 capital. There's nothing we can do with that. Might reshuffle our cabinet already on turn 1. God, maybe I should try and fix some issues before going full communist. We're about to have drug addiction on our hands. Ugh. The Communist Alliance added new members though, like a lot for some reason. We now outrank the Property Rights Party. That's good. 26, what's our cap? Maximum is 42. Okay, so we started to build on the socialism. The poor really like us. Okay, that's good, because there's going to be a lot of those where we're going. Let's get the capitalist membership down. They just care about GDP. Labor laws is bringing them down. Private healthcare, telecoms industry. Build up, oh god, we're going to have a water shortage. We're so screwed. We're gonna ban alcohol adverts. I think that's a good idea. We're gonna get 80% of voters in the election, apparently. Press freedom. Let's get minimum, and that makes everyone like us. Okay, that's good. Now we have a tobacco tax. Again, the deficit I'm just gonna ignore for now. Obesity is kind of bad. Food prices bringing that down. If food's expensive, then people can't afford to eat that much. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so we remove press freedom. Prison overcrowding, I'm not too fussed with. Alcohol abuse should start to come down. The alcohol consumption is about to come down. Alcohol tax, whack that up to max. Poor people are gonna hate it, but that's fine. It's gonna give us another billion. Media monopoly. What I can do is increase this, which is gonna remove the media monopoly. Okay, uncompetitive economy. There's not much I can do about that. Productivity is at an all-time low. What a state. I don't know why I grabbed hold of Russia and expected it to be in a bit of a better state than this. We have an overwhelming force. Okay, well, we have nothing left to do on this thing. Okay, poor voter perception. That doesn't matter. 5.62 billion. Okay, government scandal. That's horrible. We're gonna have environmental protests soon. Okay, if there's gonna be do we have like a carbon tax? A car tax could work. Gonna help the environment, remove car usages, bring in another couple of billion. All right, let's do that. We're gonna have more drug addiction, which I'm really trying. That's because of prison overcrowding. Okay. We went from 80% of the vote to 62% in 6 months. Capitalism is now the second largest. Private prisons, that's going to really help with prison overcrowding. Although it's going to reduce the amount of socialists. I think we have to do it just to get rid of prison overcrowding to help with the drug epidemic. I need to get the environment back up. We might have to introduce a tax or drop on military spending. Plastics tax. Whack that up to max. Nice. Okay, we've gotten rid of alcohol abuse. We're going to order surgical strikes. So still the Soviet Union. Still want to do that. Poverty's going down, crime's going down, health's going up. That's good. More budget deficit, that's okay. Campaign for family values. There's a decent amount of threat. We need to watch out for families. Oh, we're about to stop being a okay. Nuclear weapons are still a thing. We spend so much money on the military. Like, just look at this. We spent 16 billion on the... Oh, God. We have a space program? I suppose we do. I'm going to keep that going. Our technology backwater. This is going to cost a lot of money, but I think we're going to do this. Apply the changes. We're just going to assume that debt doesn't exist. We'll do this to pay for it. Okay, so we're going to increase income tax. Prison overcrowding is gone. There's another government scandal. Dude, guys, can we stop with the scandaling, please? We're going to have food crises. Oh, God, the bread lines are back in the Soviet Union. Well, the food prices is going up. Okay, we're gonna need to implement some policies. We actually have a budget surplus. That's interesting. Didn't anticipate that. Being financially responsible is not my forte. Okay, we need some policies, not some taxes. What do we need to get rid of? State orphanages. That's orphans. Why are people upset about that? Look, there's only 48% popularity to take care of orphans. Why is Brazil an animal shelter? Adult education subsidies seem like a good idea. We're gonna implement that. We're gonna help increase our productivity. Okay. Bicycle subsidies. That sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. It's going to help our obesity. It's all about the policies this time around. To go with that, some more cycling stuff. Okay, then we're going to save our power. 62% of the election. We're still good. Extra that subject. Okay, GDP is actually going up somehow. I don't know how we've achieved this. Okay, still got a deficit going on. We're socialists. Okay, socialist membership is growing. Do we want to hit the labor laws even more? Okay, look at that. I'll grow them. Bang. Now, antisocial behavior. Can we increase the amount of CCTV going on? I'll get rid of crime. I mean, hey, surveillance, that's the Soviet Union. Okay, one of minister has resigned. That's fine. Didn't like him anyway. This guy's actually a hell of a lot more effective. Commuter and capitalist. That's going to be an issue because I don't like capitalists. Everyone likes capitalists in our cabinet. Cool. That's not going to help. Oh, God. You want to implement a state religion. Otherwise, they'll abandon their financial support for the Communist Alliance. My guy, you understand what the communists are, right? We don't really have much of a religion thing. Although the religions really like us. So, I don't know how we manage that. So like the socialists like us more, equality will go up, wealthy will go down, don't care about the wealthy anyway. Generates a bit more capital. Very conscious of the fact that our debt will continue to rise. Oh, God. Hey, that's schizophrenic. Okay. We can start to turn communist a bit. State schools. Oh, that's going to be heavy. Okay, so I'm going to increase that by 10 billion. That's the play. Now we need to find 10 billion somewhere. We're about to have tax evasion. That's bad. How do we stop people from tax evading? Because I was going to introduce a new tax right now. Is there anything here that can help us with this? Let's see. Vertical farms. That's not going to be a thing. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about this. I ain't got nothing. I think people are definitely going to be evading tax. That's fine. We can take them outside and, introduce them to the dog that ran away when you were a child. You're gonna live on the same farm. Take partial ownership. Right. Antisocial behavior's gone. I'm actually like fixing Russia. Okay, private prisons. I think we get rid of them because they're making capitalists happy. We can't have that. Okay. That's going down. The environment is improving slightly. Pollution control. that works. It's also going to help stray animals. Who doesn't like helping stray animals? Okay, obesity is about to end. Technology backwater is going to end over the next couple of years. Our competitive economy is going to stay the same, mainly because of our taxes. Media monopoly. Well, it's not coming down anytime soon, is it? Middle East is unstable. Nothing I can do about that. Historically, I don't think any great powers ever made the Middle East more stable. Youth crime. This first year is all about securing a mandate. And then next year, go after communism. Public tax returns. Don't mind if I do. Obesity's done. And another government scandal. Come on. Our trustworthiness is just so low. Let's do a media stunt. What can we do to make people think that we're more trustworthy? We're going to eat in a builder's cafe. Look at that, so trustworthy. People love that. Love that about me. GDP, screwed. Gone. Dead. Economy's gone. So that's not great. Nothing's really boosting it. Our productivities should go up. God, I hope it does. Right, people are no longer fat. GDP is collapsing though. If anything, we're doing quite well in a communist fashion. The economy is screwed, but everyone's kind of healthier. So I'm kind of okay with this. Yeah, the GDP section is just done. There's nothing I can do about that. But that's, I mean, the environment's improving, so that should help with things. I'm honestly thinking that now is the time that we start a little bit more socialism. Make it pro-union. That's going to increase the amount of communists, or sorry, socialists that we have, which is sort of the precursor to communism. Not conflating the two things. You know what? I'm just going to add a whole disclaimer at the start of this video, and potentially throughout this video, saying, not my views. Nothing is my views. None of these are my views. For example, we're going to allow visits to a terrorist. Do I believe in that? Who knows? It's none of your business. It's just a video game. Okay, what else can we do to bring... Oh, this was trade unionists. Trade unionists like us. How do we get more trade unionists? I've played Victoria 3. I need these guys in charge. Fewer capitalists. Private healthcare. We increase spending on the healthcare front, then it should solve that, but we can't afford that. Okay, what else can we do? The cynicism, they're highly trusting. Okay. Let's see how far that one goes. Labels got there, that should count. That's attracting. What else? Equality. Equality is really high, which creates fewer socialists. So we need less equal, so the more people are driven to socialism. I don't know if that's such a good idea. Yeah, I don't know if I should make a bourgeoisie. Okay, because technically I could make a bourgeoisie class, make the poor hate them, and then just get rid of them, and that should help. We've already gotten rid of press freedom. I have an idea. Jury trial. Get rid of it. We want juries in the Soviet Union. The doctors are on strike. Fine, go on strike. Crime's down, unemployment's up, health is down, and GDP's down. Really starting to collapse here, but we're getting 96% of the election right now, so I don't know how that's going. I don't know how we've done it. Socialists used to be the second smallest. That's gone well. All right, I've got up on the second monitor. Politics of the Soviet Union, the wiki page. We have nukes. So we're going like USSR type socialism and communism. How do I trigger a famine? No, that was Mao. We'll check out the political compass at the end of this term. Religious view. A lot of state employees is good. Do they not like police force? I don't have the money for this. Dude, I'm trying to make things more communist, but we don't have enough money to make these communist. So I suppose I don't really worry about that. No, because communism doesn't just mean bankrupt. All right, well, let's try and get more trade unionists. No laws, work safety laws. Get a huge work safety guy. Only one political power. Perfect. Police training. I don't think that's necessary. Unexplained wealth. Innocent. No. There we go. A break with the normal assumption of innocence until proven guilty. That'll get rid of corruption. You've got to explain where your money's from, otherwise we take it. We're not quite at the stage where we'll, unalive them just yet. Dude, we definitely regulate social media. Little things like keep the tidy clean. Keep the tidy clean. Keep the country tidy campaign. Mildly brain dead. Poor voter perceptions. Yeah, but to be fair, it's because they think I'm untrustworthy, because look at how many government scandals we've had. Everything else is great, but just the government scandals really not helping us. Military conduct. How do I not get scandals? Right, we're just going to spend this entire time doing media stunts. That was so trustworthy. Okay, I like this. Decrease the amount of foreign membership, but also gets rid of the capitalists. Poor. How do we get more poor people? Well, actually, I think we're on the way to getting more poor people. All right, I thought I'd bring in an expert on communism, Chairman Meow. I will say that she has Vladimir Lenin's beard. What do you think? I'm genuinely going to let you just... wherever I think you're looking, change that policy. Looking down to the bottom right. Now, I'm just going to put you close to the screen. She attacks the mouse sometimes, so that's what I'm going to try and get her to do. All right, okay. What are you pointing at? We need to fix the technology backwater. Good choice. Stop. Well, that's already going to happen, so you didn't really help much, cat. Media monopoly should go down over time. We're receiving no foreign aid because our poverty is kind of good. Okay. Food stamps is very expensive. We need to raise taxes, but if I raise taxes anymore, it's going to result in people evading tax. So let's put in the policies to get rid of tax evaders. Arms exports. We could sell guns. That would annoy the socialists. I could bring in another bill though. Citizenship for shale. And Space Force. Again, we don't have the cash for this. Anything I can do that will stop people from dodging tax. Let's regulate social media. Super cheap. Ban it. Done. If you're watching this in the Soviet Union, you can't. Not allowed. Corporate medical marketing. Regulated. There goes our GDP. Having said that, it's actually rising. After this, you can see where I took charge because of all the government scandals. Socialism is still going well. The poor is still doing well. The employees doing well. Okay, anything else I could get you? What was stopping you? Honestly, I think we just leave this be. Child benefits. Chief, I can't afford to spend another billion. I just got to wait until the election. Yo, nice. Someone else has donated to the Communist Party. You know, corporate exodus on our hands soon. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that one. I mean, I can increase productivity. I mean, wages aren't great. I'm just gonna let it happen. Communism wasn't all about, you know, the economy, really. Let's get a trade council going. I'm gonna do this. Technology grants. I think we need to sell guns. The socialists don't like that. What's our threat assessment? Oh, it is Russia. Ah, I see. Global stability has not been great. Mainly because Middle Eastern stability has been trash. We've been safeguarding our oil supplies, which has not helped. Increase the amount of nuclear proliferation. Okay, so I went down a little rabbit hole here. I know I'm right at the edge of people dodging taxes. I think I'm just gonna go and not care and just introduce more taxes on the rich. Revenue service ensures that people pay their taxes and pays them on time. Let's do that. That'll stop them from doing that. Okay, that's sweet. There you go. Look at that. That should stop people from dodging tax. Former spy poison. Food crisis. The food price is high. Oh, there's not much I can do about that. Minor budget deficit. We've actually somehow reduced the deficit. Actually, there is something I can do about that if I've got a little bit of cash. Vertical farm subsidies. Brings down the food price. That's smart. Make food super cheap. Corporate exodus. That's fine. Okay, the GDP's dead. Our deficit is now 9 billion. Oh, God, yeah, there's nothing we can do about the corporate exodus without compromising on our communist values. So, yeah, I guess leave then. The thing that's affected is the labor laws and everything else. Okay. Lack of business-friendly policies. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, there's only one thing for it. Introduce some more taxes. Automation tax. That will increase corporate exodus. I think everything here will increase corporate exodus. Land value tax. Whack that up to the max. Hey, that solves the deficit. That's the deficit done. Well done. We saved our economy. We actually did. Yo, we're an egalitarian society. We did it. Legit can't believe we actually managed that. Might actually be creating a communist utopia. All right, more taxes. Punitive tax on superstores. Kind of sounds good. Give me something that's in the billions. Tourist tax. It's gonna hurt tourism. That's not a good idea. To be fair, none of this is a good idea. Come under broad. Don't hate that. Religious tax. Sure, why not? National sports star gagged by foreign power. Ugh. All right, campaign speeches. Oh boy. The conservatives really like me, so that's good. I suppose in Russia, the conservatives probably are more pro-USSR. I feel like that makes sense. Right, you guys will hate me. That's fine. Let's get some speeches going. Make the commuters happy. It's gonna be easy enough. Seems good to me. We're just gonna focus on the commuters. Nothing else. It's the only thing we talk about in all of our speeches. We have a surplus of 9 billion or 7 billion. That's good. Okay, you know what? We're not gonna touch anything before the election. We're not gonna touch anything. We're not gonna make any promises. Just gonna crack on. I'm not gonna be able to do any of this stuff. I don't have to. Right, here we go. Here's the election. The Communist Alliance versus the Property Rights Party versus the smaller parties and non-voters. Well, we've absolutely smashed that, haven't we? There's a 70% turnout. All right, 69.9% of the vote. That gives us a hell of a mandate. Even the capitalists voted for us, okay. So crime went down 70% since we were first elected. Alcohol consumption went down 55%. This working week was shorter. The environment went up. Quality went up. Stability went up. CO2 emissions went down. Private schools went down. Tourism went up 40%. Lifespan increased 36. There's less traffic congestion, less violent crime. I've actually done bits. For example, this person didn't like me. Why? You know what? I don't care. Okay. Our policies started off sort of over here, I suppose. That's where Putin is. We're quite capitalist and conservative. We've actually gone more middle of the ground. We now need to start going more socialist. We want to sort of hit Joseph Stalin levels if possible. Okay, reshuffle. Keep you, keep you, I'll keep you. Everyone else can. Oh no, wait. I always did the inverse of what I wanted to do there. That'd have been awkward. We'll go reshuffle. Hire new ministers. Okay, economy minister. Liberals and patriots. That kind of works. Self-employed and the poor. Patriot and conservatives, sure. Tax. Community capitalists, no. Capitalist conservatives, that's the worst combo for us. Retired and conservatives, sure. We could have a very conservative cabinet. Poor and commuter. That works well for me. Motorist and commuter, sure. There we go, that'll do. Okay, we have a 12 billion surplus and judges shot themselves in protest over corruption. That sucks. Anyway, okay, doctors are going to be on strike for a while. Not going to do anything about that. Okay, well, now we need to use this to really pump up the socialists. Private healthcare, that's the next thing. Well, there goes all our money. You know what time it is? Time for another tax. Punitive tax on superstores. Let's go. That'll weather it a little bit. Budget deficit of 7.86 billion. About to have teacher strikes. Well, I know a way to fix that. Where's the education service? We've secured our mandate. Oh, we've already got a max. So why would they get annoyed? Dude, let's pump that up. Okay, now, need more taxes. Income abroad. It's only 900 million, but it'll do. Okay, doctor strike has been called off. Perfect, but there's now a teacher strike because we pay the state schools too much. What do you mean? So if I stopped funding it, you guys would stop striking. Seems a tad odd. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. Wages aren't going up. Our health is at an all-time max. We've nailed that. Capitals are starting to crumble. What else affects your membership? I want as few capitals as possible. That's all I care about. We've sorted out our mandate. Oh, that's important, actually. Let's go for term limits. Term length. There you go. Bump up to 7 next turn. That'll help us a little bit. This is the play. We don't need democracy where we're going. Actually shocked things have gone this well. I'm surprised because you usually get assassinated if you try and make radical changes. And I feel like switching communists is pretty radical. It's the first thing I want to do. Bump that up. Give us a little bit extra time. About to have a beastie again, bro. Stop eating. That's because GDP's up. Food prices down. Food standards. Let's do that. Term limit is currently 2. Oh, brother. That means that at the end of this, no matter what would happen, we would get kicked out. So we don't need to make sure we don't do that. Other government scandal and obesity. Could you stop? I'll come down eventually. Our healthcare is fine. Still minor budget deficit. I'll see if we can work on that later. Maybe increase some income taxes. Do new car subsidies. And I don't see the downside. Keep increasing our term limits. Now we're going to start to do this. Actually, we need about 10 billion. Raise the income tax. No, 6 billion surplus. What do you want to do? Yeah, that seems good to me. We've actually got a surplus. I'm actually running the economy. I'm actually goated. Okay, what are you upset about? You're upset about industrial automation. I don't care, quite frankly. What are the socialists? Ah, excellent. Socialists continue to rise. State pensions. Well, that's interesting. We'll find the money somehow. I always do. Okay, how do we fix? Yeah, we have a surplus now. Stupidest way of running an economy. I keep just whacking up spending, then whacking up taxes to pay for the spending. Oh my god. And people are okay with it. Rare earth crisis, dude. That's fine. I do some mining. Rare earth metal mining. I need 32 political capital. Electric cars initiative. Yeah, we can do that. Drops our oil demand, helps the environment, especially because I'm about to do this. Whack up that rare earth mineral mining. No! Well, that's it. We're going broke. It's over. We're done. And there's a brain drain because our income tax went up to max. Ooh, this is good. Okay, so what do you do when people are avoiding tax? That's right. Use more taxes. Screw your corporate exodus. Hey, we got a technological advantage. That's actually really helping with our brain drain. Oh my god, that's huge. Corporate exodus as well. Okay, well that's not going to help things. We might have actually been able to get rid of that. Budget deficit of 30 million. Yeah, that's bad. Tax evasion is one of the worst things you can have. Well, there's not going to be a corporate exodus anymore. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about tax evasion. Just arrest them all. We could not tax the ultra rich, but that's not exactly communist, is it? Government subsidies for unions. That sounds cool. Yeah, that deficit ain't going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, remember when military spending used to be our biggest thing, and then we spent 50 or 60 billion on our state services? Oh no, actually 80 billion. Okay. Military spending I could probably cut down, and that'll drop us down to like only 15 billion deficit. We may have to do. We'll see how things transpire. Corporate exodus is done. Rare earth crisis. That's not good. Project of 32. Condemn far left dictator. Somehow I don't think we should be doing that. Okay, so there's a brain drain and there's a tax evasion. Okay, well it was nice having it. Rare earth crisis. What happened to the mining? Yeah, we're mining, so mine more. God, get a pickaxe, start digging, lads. Underground. Okay. Ooh, graduate tax. Carbon tax, that's only $1 billion. This would increase tax evasion if I had a flat income rate. Okay. Dude, I'm pretty sure all the taxes in the world wouldn't be able to stop this. What's our brain drain doing? Yeah, I don't think that's going down anytime soon. You know what, we're just gonna rest for a little bit, see what happens. We no longer have a technological advantage. DNA database. Yeah, that sounds good. We had one green thing for a while. I suppose egalitarian society is nice. Yeah, brain drain's not getting solved anytime soon. Can increase our executive term limit though. Oh. Who's the real winner? Corporate exodus. Bro, we just got rid of that. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. No term limits. Good. GDP is in the toilet. Got rid of respiratory diseases though. Dreamer offers birthday song. Nope, seen this one before. Only budget deficit of 35 million. Okay. What about our income? Income tax brings in 50 bill. Oh god, 35 billion. 90% income tax. Should I just cancel income tax? Might have to happen. Screw it. We're shutting down the army. Okay, what else do we spend money on that I can cut? Yeah, none of these really. I don't have the ability to do this. Efficiency with which government money spent 101% though. Good. Okay, what other expenditures? Technology grants? Yeah, none of those things are gonna help us. We're gonna raise our income. Government borrowing. We're screwed. We're no longer a global superpower. I have an idea. Should hopefully get rid of tax evasion. We can suffer the losses for a while. Because there's a little section here, right? Between the start and stop triggers. If we can get it below the stop trigger, then just don't let it go above the start trigger, then we should be absolutely fine. And then that'll hopefully increase our money. The global GDP. The global economy is in the toilet. Like, it used to be so good. Then we introduced a bunch of taxes, got tax evasion, and then the global economy tanked. I'm just saying. I think it's related. I think this is an economic attack by our enemies. Ticket strike is done, and the brain drain's done. Meanwhile, socialism, still pretty high. Capitalists are nowhere to be found. Sweet. GDP's going up and unemployment's going down right before the election. Not gonna make any speeches. My work speaks for itself. Earth crisis is done. Teacher strike about to happen again. Don't need manifestos, mate. Not weak like that. Right. Second term. Still dominant. Less of a turnout this time, but I think we had more of the vote. No, 59% versus our 69%. We lost 10% of the vote. Tax evasion needs to come down a little bit more, so let's drop. Okay, they should stop tax evasion, and then we're gonna incrementally, slowly increase income tax. This is the play. Yes! Okay, nice. Right, let's see what our incomes look like. Please, I can't open my eyes. 30 billion. There's still teacher strikes. I didn't touch anything. I don't know why you suddenly went up. You can see the fact that I didn't do anything. My win conditions are that socialists are the largest like group. Do like 50 on this one. So that'll reduce the deficit by 20 billion. Right there. Okay, fine. Now where's the land value tax? I've gotta sit in that sweet spot. This is it, land value tax. That'll do another 5. To find 7 billion somewhere. Our debt is now gone up to 1 trillion. National debt is steadily risen. Payroll tax. Corporate exit I don't think is ending anytime soon, so let's just increase the payroll tax. 25 billion. That should give us our cash. Right wing group. Okay, ban the march, the right wing. It's the surplus. Oh my god, we actually did it. We actually somehow balanced our books. I'm as shocked as anyone. Okay, socialism going well. Now, how do we get more socialists? That's state employees. Trade unionists and socialists. Trade unionists, membership, government subsidies for unions. Yep, more socialism. Child benefit. Pop that up to max. What else would increase socialists? State orphanages. No, that'll only help the orphans. Universal basic income. Nah, that's not a good idea for us right now. Ban second home ownership. Interesting. Okay, let's just keep doing policies like that. I'm gonna go through every single policy. I'm not even gonna look at the names. I just need to see anything that has something to do with socialism. Basic basic income, we're doing. No. Childcare provision. That costs us 5 billion. Fine, more socialists. We'll still be running a surplus somehow. I'm shocked this is working. Absolutely shocked. Our debt is like stable. Obviously, like a lot of our expenditure is debt interest. So, I mean, that was only 4 billion actually. That's not really that much. Like, I'm fine with that amount of debt. To be fair, I couldn't do much about 2 trillion. Okay. How many trillions are in a... Let me Google this. 1 trillion divided by, let's say 10 billion. 100. So we take 100 turns of a 10 billion thing to wipe our national debt. I'm not opposed to that. It's going to take like 500 tons. God's sake, obesity. How? I'm just going to trust that my sister... Oh my god, what? Technological advantage once more. Yes. Forced me killed an animal attack. That's okay. It looks to me that we're fine. We have to bring down corruption. If we bring down corruption, that will bring down the tax evasion. Okay. My only motivation for getting rid of corruption. Stopping tax evasion. Proportionate fines. That would actually make me some money. It's like a free policy. It's actually just a good idea. Now, back to... I don't know why I did that right now. Anti-corruption agency. That'll probably remove corruption. Execute anyone who pursues any sort of corruption. Oh my god, we've actually got the surplus we need. Yo, the GDP! Look at how good this country is. We have no poverty, max health, almost max education, no crime, unemployment's low and GDP's up. Lads, I think I might be a communist now. Do you know the debt's actually coming down? I thought this was gonna go down. When we had the deficit of like 30 billion, I was fairly certain we were screwed. Get rid of this national debt. What? Corporate exodus is... How has a corporate exodus solved itself? We increased taxes. We kind of halved them and then slowly increased... No. Okay. That seems stable to me. I'm just gonna focus on corruption going down and we're gonna ignore everything else. Cyclones? Bro, I can't stop cyclones. Oh god, the average temperature's gone up because my bloody CO2 emissions gone up. Air travel, we can tax that. But would that mean that we're gonna get tax evasion? That's something I'm willing to do. Okay, I'm just gonna keep reducing that deficit. We reduced by over 100 billion so far. Tax evasion, we're still good. We're still good. We're still calm. We're still calm. We're like I said, this is the threshold. I've actually blindly somehow managed to pick the perfect threshold to squeeze money out of our country. School shooting. Well, that's terrible. Oh well. Keep going. Cyclones. Dude, I'm doing what I can. I can't change the fact the average temperature's going up. Global CO2 emissions are not my fault. Why? Why? Oh god, our GDP went down 10%. That's catastrophic. For those of you watching at home, your GDP shrinking 10% overnight is like, that would just destroy everything. We have a very small surplus now. It's gonna take another 300 tons. GDP's in a recession. Dude, the GDP was so good for a while. Also, unemployment's kind of risen. Not gonna do any manifestos. All right. Election number 3. It's frightening how brilliant we are. I mean, it's better than last time. I'm very much going for the if it ain't broke, don't fix it run here. Rare earth crises and tax evasion. Very close. Gonna delay a decision. We keep on tearing down the debt. 300 billion. Ranger killed. Who's poaching in Russia? Respiratory diseases are back. Okay, why do we have tobacco usage? Tobacco tax. This could ruin everything. I mean, we're gonna do it. It's a couple of extra billions. That's like 1 or 2 turns. New police training. Sure. Did that increase crime because we trained policemen? That don't make any sense. Respiratory disease happening. However, my new tax should fix that. God, I don't think I've ever been that close to tax evasion before. Can't touch anything. Actually close to socialists being the dominant faction in our nation. Getting there. Cyclones. Whew. There's only one guy. Nady Smirnov doesn't like us. Well, Nady. Maybe we'll have a little knock on your door. Uh-oh. This ruins everything. We didn't get a diplomatic service. So I can increase foreign relations, then hopefully reduce the price of the rare earth minerals, because that's gonna gets rid of our technology. Oh no, it's starting to collapse. We were really on a knife's edge. Oh, our country's about to collapse. Corporate exodus. Bang! Ah! What? I'm leaving the union. Oh, it's just been us. There's not been anyone else here. What union were you a part of? Oh, that might damage everything. And there's cyclones. What does that do? That's bad. That's real bad. I'm been undermined. My god, we've lost like half our GDP. Look at that. We were doing right up until that point. All right, another election. See how far we get with this one. Dude, I think they're getting fewer and fewer votes. That's a big win for us. Huge. That, my god, 68%. All right, not quite as good as the first one, but still pretty good. Okay, this should be our last term here. Porn stars accuse you of having an affair with them. All right, 5 more turns. And we can fix... Or we get rid of our deficit, like our debt, national debt completely. I've been playing this one a long time, way longer than any of my other Democracy 4 campaigns. Tax evasion's holding strong, decent amount flowing into the coffers, and we have reserves. No more national debt. Finally, I will implement 1 staff member per 2 orphans. I'm gonna help out the orphans. Animal tracking microchips, it's the animal control. Communism isn't just for the people. We the canines is a very big group. Immediately our GDP rewards us. Should we try and join NATO? We're gonna implement UBI. Gonna really get the socialists to like us, gonna reduce poverty, wages will go up, socialism, membership will increase, everyone's income will increase, mental health will go up, and charity will decrease. It's not necessary. So we'll do that. We have the surplus. Yeah, still got a surplus of 7 billion. Ooh, stay housing. That sounds good. Get rid of private housing almost altogether. Now, I'm just trying to do everything we can to make ourselves more authoritarian. Is it not unlimited? Oh my god, we've been not detaining people fully. Oh, am I even the Soviet Union at this point? And there we go. Unlimited detention without trial. Wonderful. Everyone's been linked. We accidentally made people money. How did we do that? How did that leapfrog? At least the captains, we have barely any of those. We have no poor people. What? Oh my god, we got rid of the poor. Oh, that was such a mistake. That was my entire voting base. Can you do carbon capture and storage? Sure, we can do that. Hopefully we'll get rid of these bloody cyclones. Don't think it will. Everyone's like loves the motorists. Really annoying. Dude, why is this in the game? Need another foreign policy person. I mean, I wonder why. Trade unionists, perfect. Oh, we've got a deficit now. Well, fortunately, we've got reserves of 253 billion, so I think we'll be okay. Oh, richest company pays no tax. It's actually good because it increases the amount of socialists in our country. All right, campaign streaks. Still can't believe everyone's middle income. Look at that membership. How's that happen then? Centrist views. God. Well, at least the socialists are bigger than conservatives. Proportionate fines. There's literally nothing else I can implement right at the end. Well, without, like, you know, completely destroying my own economy. Poor ethnic minorities. Well, we don't have any poors. Probably have some ethnic minorities, I assume. All right, here it goes. Couple more turns, and then we'll see what the political compass says. Because I don't actually know. I assume that we're communist. I could be very, very wrong. Also, people are starting to get annoyed with us. Why? Popularity really dipped. Yeah, look, everyone just about supports us. Screw it, we're gonna implement the world's largest building. Gonna piss off the socialists, but it sounds cool. But the Soviet Union doesn't have to like match up with everything we do. And here it is, the final vote. Ah, it's a landslide. Dude, the Property Rights Party, we didn't even need to suppress them. That might be our biggest win. No, it's not. It's just our population's increased so much. Damn, okay. Well, since we were first elected, lifespan has increased 76%. Crimes decreased by 70%, the environment's increased by 70%. Private healthcare, private housing both declined. Our military strength is non-existent. I could probably whip that back up. There's not really much need. Crime has collapsed. Electric cars are better. There's no much more of a working week. Mental health prices have increased. Consumption, alcohol consumption, somehow got rid of corruption. Oil demand went down. Health increased. Stability went up, immigration demand, industrial automation, equality. This is since we were first elected, by the way. The water industry declined. Our global influence went just to hell. But all in all, poverty went down, violent crime went down. I'm not seeing too much that we did wrong. Gender equality went up by 20%, 25%. Damn. And now we see. Dude, that so counts. That so counts. Everyone in our country votes. There's one dude down here, Vadim Belayev, who votes capitalist and liberal. But everyone else is a communist. If we get rid of show voters, we can see that Joseph Stalin is not as socialist as us and is more liberal. We are more socialist and more conservative than Joseph Stalin. We're more socialist than Lenin. I'm counting this as a victory. So you can see where we were. On turn one, we started out over here. Flirted with being conservative, dropped back down to being a little bit more socialist. And then from there, it was more on this up-down liberal conservative axis. And then finally, when I started nationalizing the state water, like creating state water service and that sort of stuff, did we start to do that? Began to liberalize and then straight back up because I wanted to get the conservative stuff right at the end. I consider that to be an absolute win. There is no way you can say that I didn't achieve my results and more. I will be honest, did not expect for it to be a bit of a utopia. Not gonna lie. Was expecting the economy to tank. I'm surprised I was able to actually rescue the economy. We were down 45 billion at one point. It was all about making sure that we got rid of our national debt. So we cleared $1 trillion in national debt. Lads, I hate to say it, your boy's now communist. Just saying. So if you did enjoy this video, if you want to see more Democracy 4, I haven't played Democracy 4 on this channel for about a year. It's not that well known of a game, but I think it's really, really highly accessible. And you can instantly understand what's going on. So hopefully you found that here today. If you did enjoy me, please make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know. Maybe I really want to do Tunis in Democracy 3 Africa. And sort of like take the reins and try and play that as well as I can. Also, maybe an anarcho-capitalist run could be on the cards. I don't know. Depends how this video does. Depends how you guys feel. So let me know in the comments how you felt. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Huge shout out to our patrons. Most notably, Charlie Demerel, Crilly, Flyerton, JDow52, Cargon, Zhalmi, Lewis Wright, Nicole's Christ, QA Shard, Redguard, and ShadowSinger. Your support means a lot, guys. Once you're here, you might as well click on another video. I mean, it's literally right there.